keep up with the comments tonight, won't I? Do-do-do. 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 You're on the wonk. You're on the wonk. You silly twonk. You're on the wonk. Why are you on the wonk? Why does it say waiting when... Why does it say waiting when I've actually gone live? There we are. No, that's not quite right, is it? There, that's about it. Ah. Oh, people are rocking up. That's jolly nice. Hi, Matt. Hi, Jimmy. No, we're not keying the music tonight. This is just going to be a... there was nobody here when I started, so I didn't bother with the music. This is just going to be a very casual, quite short, just little get-together for us, just to basically all be together for the beginning of Jimmy's birthday. And we're on a countdown. We've got three minutes to go. Hi, Trace. Make it quick on Watching Mustard's video. Yeah, don't worry. No worries, it'll be quick. 12:30, I'm out of here. I've been a busy boy today, but we had to be here for Jimmy's birthday, didn't we? We couldn't miss this. Oh, you've lost your wine glass. You only have the one, do you, Trace? You know, maybe buy a few. Oh, Jimmy, bless you. Thank you, mate. We should be doing that for you. It's your birthday. Isn't there a birthday Thursday too? Christ, I don't know, Matt. You tell me. You're my intern. You might be unpaid, but you're still in charge of these things. How have you lost the glass that you were drinking from about 2 minutes ago? Have you sat on it? Has it disappeared into the broken chair? 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. So what's been happening, guys? What have you been up to? What's been happening today? You're on the bloody wonk again, aren't you? I can't be doing with that. I can't be doing with you being on the wonk. Not on a birthday. Not on a special day. Sort yourselves out, please. There we are. Good evening, Alan Jones. What an absolute joy to have you here. Hi, Simon. I thought someone mentioned a Thursday birthday during the Saturday live stream. I've had a drink since then. I haven't got a clue. What's for supper? Good question. Well, I've got leftover staff curry with fresh chicken that I chic baked in the tandoor tonight, and fresh tomato and steamed rice and a nice freshly made naan. Oh, Mike, bless you, you're up late. No wonking into Wednesday, quite right. What a bunch of wonkers. You're not wrong, Simon. It's 23:59. Right. Has anybody got an actual clock thing for a proper countdown? Hang on, let me have a look at my phone. Hang on, let's be quick. Let's be quick. Oh, no, go away. Okay. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go! And happy birthday, Jimmy Quinn! Oh, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us, and so say all of us, and so say all of us. Free's a jolly good fellow, Free's a jolly good fellow, Free's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us. Happy birthday, Jimmy. Hope you have a fabulous day. Welcome to Oping, or Opehood, or whatever you want to say. But Come on, everybody. Oh, Pingu Concord has joined us. Fabulous. Right, Jimmy is drinking cherry blossom gin and tonic. It's very nice, but can I propose a toast to our crazy little community here, generally, but very specifically, a toast to Jimmy Quinn on the occasion of his rather significant birthday. And it's fabulous having you here with us, Jimmy. Thank you for all of your contributions. I'd like to personally thank you for all of the support that you've given me and the channel. And on behalf of all of us, I wish you a very, very happy birthday. I wish you everything you wish yourself. And I wish you a long and happy life, or what's left of it. We're all knocking on a bit, aren't we? But yeah, health and above all, happiness. So cheers to Jimmy Quinn. Happy birthday, mate. Splendid. I did answer you quickly, GPS. Good evening, short ass, says Pingu. Who's that at? Oh, right, yeah, we should give him the bumps. Give him the bumps. So, what are you up to, Jimmy? What you doing with yourself today? What are the birthday plans? Now, we've seen your birthday in with you, and we will also see your birthday out with you, because we will all be here later on this evening for the back end of your birthday, when hopefully you'll be well and truly pissed. Fabulous. Bear with. So, how's today been? What you been up to? Is it, oh, bugger me. But, well, I mean, don't bugger me. Please don't bugger me. I'd be greatly obliged if you'd, hold on, hidden comment. Simon, you've got weird hearing. Chinese tonight, says Jimmy. Are we talking about meals or prostitutes? Either way, I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, tonight. It's tomorrow now, isn't it? Well, like today. Right, so you're talking about later on today, you're having a Chinese. And GPS has picked up on that immediately. But yeah, okay, well, what are you having, Jimmy? And what is your Chinese food of choice? And that's a question to everybody. Has Wet Legs Arse been despanked yet, asks Pingu. No. Unfortunately, Pingu, the funds that were set aside for Wet Legs Arse to be sorted kind of got diluted into bills and gas and petrol and stuff. But it'll be sorted. It'll be sorted. I mean, you know, we're coming into the warm weather. Funds will be freed up, I'm sure. It will be. Oh, good on you, Jimmy. My friend, you phoned her. If that, you know what, Jimmy? If that was true, I would say, fair play to you. You'll bloody well enjoy it. And afterwards, ask her to cook you what she calls cold noodles. My God, she wasn't the best cook in the world, but she did this amazing noodle thing. My God almighty. It was worth being podgered after death just for that. Chicken or beef in black bean sauce for GPS. Gotta be proper strong black bean sauce. Oh, gotta love the black bean sauce. We should meet up in Chinatown one night. We should go to Chinatown in Sheffield for a proper Chinese meal where none of us have got a bloody clue what we're ordering, but we get nice and drunk so that we don't care. So, What have I been up to today? Well, if you're not a member of the Facebook group, then you won't know that I've been playing with my new toy, and it is very, very good, very impressive. It does fully communicate with Stigbot, so I found out why the EML light, that's easy for you to say, I found out why the EML light was on, and it is on because of the catalytic converter performing under threshold or something on bank 1. Basically, it's an aftermarket cat, so that'll be why. And the light just comes on after 4 or 5 months or whatever. And thanks to my magical machine, I've managed to turn it off. So that's all good. And I took Stigbot to work tonight. And yeah, I did the time trial on the way home. And I didn't put a timer on it because I want to have a little bit of jeopardy myself. And I don't know. I did try, but the roads were soaking wet, it was raining, and then once I got into the proper, you know, out in the sticks bits, then there were just pockets of dense fog, and I did scare myself a couple of times. So it was quick. I know it was quick. I'm assuming that it's going to be slower than in Bryan just because of the conditions. But I don't think I'm going to be much slower, even though I had to go right down in speed through some fog patches and some lengthy fog patches. I reckon I'm going to be within 30 seconds of Bryan. And as soon as I get a clear night, I'm going to be fucking spanking Bryan's arse in Stigbot. I can tell you that. Bird's eye chicken with medium Nando's sauce. Am I the only person who's never been to Nando's? And I don't feel as if I'm missing anything. I really struggle to eat out these days. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people eat out and have takeaways all the time. It would... I couldn't do it because imagine paying money for food that you can make better yourself. And that's the problem. You go out to a bloody you go out to a pub or you go out to, what do they call them? The wannabe places. What do you call them? Not gourmet pubs. I can't remember what they call themselves, but you go out to some place and you pay 20 quid and you pay 20 quid for a main course, or 30 quid for a main course, or 40 quid for a main course, and same again for a bottle of wine. And it's some crap that I could have made loads better. And same with takeaways. Anyway. Oh, right, update from Jimmy Quinn. Right, this is what is it a strap-on, your new toy? No, it's a posh, what do you call it? Diagnostic tool that you can plug into your car's chuff and it'll solve all sorts of problems. It's a tremendous thing. It's going to take me a while to get to grips with all of the exciting things that it can do. Can't you plug your new device into wet leg and it will be all sorted surely in it like? Sadly not, Pingu, sadly not. I think that photo was Barbados, by the way. But I was at work and I had a quick glimpse. And there were I think there were two BA Concords. What was the livery on the other Concorde? The one that I think was nearest the camera. Didn't quite see it. Sansan special chow mein and seaweed stuff for bad books. But Jimmy Quinn, the birthday boy, and let's face it, this is the important one that we're concentrating on. He will be having for his birthday repast house special chow mein. Special fried rice. He's making it special, isn't he? Fair play to him. Crispy beef, chips, curry sauce. Fuck Fucking hell. Curry sauce, a bottle of wine and a bottle of gin. Stone me. Well, that'll keep you going, Jimmy, won't it? Bloody hell. I mean, that's about 5 days worth of meals and booze there, isn't it? Dear me, but yeah, well, why not? It is your birthday, and there'll always be leftovers, won't there? And, yeah, tell Jimmy, put a picture of it in the Facebook group, or are you the one that doesn't do Facebook? You might be. I just had a little thought then. Please excuse my ignorance, says Pingu Concord. Yeah, I'm willing to do that. And I would ask you all to please excuse Pingu Concord's ignorance. Oh, hang on, he goes on. But have you replaced the tyres on Stigbutt recently? Well, no is the quick and easy answer to that, Pingu. That's still on the list. It'll be done in the next week or two. Now, they are legal. They are legal. But the tyres on the front are absolutely fine. They're good as gold. And let's remember that Stigbutt is front wheel drive. So they're the important ones. The tyres on the back. One, the near side rear, is legal, but barely. And the other one should have been legal, but barely, the same as the near side one. But if you remember, when I picked him up for a mustard, we had to put the spare on. And that is legal, but of unknown age and provenance. So if your point, Pingu, is that I'm a very silly boy to be tear-arsing around on those tyres, then you're absolutely right. But they are legal, but they definitely do need to be changed. Again, just a question of the old funds, but it'll be done probably, I don't think it'll be this week now, but it will be done next week. 2 new tyres on the rear. Oh yeah, that's right, mate. Your nephew works at Nando's, doesn't he? Steve Colger's never been to Nando's. Good man. I don't go to Nando's, says GPS ONG. Never interested me. Me neither. Bad Books has also never been to Nando's. Neither has Jimmy Quinn. Fabulous. Gastropub. That's the badger. Yeah, well done, Pingu. Has anybody ever been to a decent gastropub? Or are they all just normal pubs serving normal crap food, but with nicer cutlery and inflated prices? I almost ran one. Would you believe that? I almost ran one. When I was working for Sainsbury's, one of the only 2 jobs I've had in my entire life, I used to deliver to this pub, and they were after, and we used to chat, and they tried to persuade me to be the manager there. And I went there for lunch with my wife, although she wasn't my wife at the time, she was my ex-wife. It was during the period, if you don't know, my wife divorced me in order that everything went into her name, and she had absolute financial security, and then she wanted to recontinue the relationship. It was all just about financial security for her. And that's what we did for a while, albeit not actually living together all the time. And it was during that period that we went for a meal to this pub, and I thought, I can't do this. I can't do this. Dear me. Whereas TGI Fridays, which has been mentioned by GPS, I mean, I haven't been for years, but I used to quite like TGI Fridays. I like TGI Fridays for the same reason that I like Blackpool and I like Las Vegas. It is wonderfully, deliciously vulgar, unashamedly vulgar. It's tremendously vulgar. It doesn't pretend to be anything that it's not. And it's good fun. It is good fun. I've frozen my wine. And I didn't used to mind it. you know, with a little bit of luck and a following wind, you could get a steak that wasn't entirely ruined, and they used to do a like bourbon peppercorn sauce, you know, which obviously wasn't a properly made sauce. It was obviously made from bloody granules, but nonetheless, it tasted actually really good. And it's a long time since I've been. But we used to go for like family occasions, kids' birthdays and whatnot, and it was always good fun. My favourite of those type of places, my absolute guilty pleasure, is the Buffalo Grill in France. I used to love the Buffalo Grill in France, and again, it's a long time. That is something that I must do again before I die. I must have a road trip to France and eat at a Buffalo Grill. I should do that this year. I should definitely do that this year. So, 2 questions. What do you desperately want to do again before you die? And who fancies coming on a road trip to... Oh, we don't have to go far. We'll just go down to the tunnel, go through the tunnel, and just arse about around Caquel or Boulogne-sur-Mer or somewhere like that, and we'll eat at the Buffalo Grill in Calais. I mean, we could even do an overnight if you wanted and stay in Boulogne-sur-Mer. That's a lovely little town. Although unless it's changed, everything stops at about 8:30 and everybody goes to bed. But yeah, I really fancy doing that. Oh, Liz is here. How's Boaty today? I'm alright. I'm alright, love. I'm alright. How are you? Oh yeah, I knew you'd jump in on this, Trace. Yeah, Trace went to Nando's and it was shit. 17 quid for a bit of scrawny chicken, a corn on the cob and some fries, no drinks. Felt like I'd been mugged, was still hungry. What's Nando's and why does it matter? It's a restaurant, Liz, and it absolutely doesn't matter. Oh hello, I've been pinged. What have I been pinged about? It's something on eBay. Oh, it's an eBay link. Let's have a look, see what it is. Accept all. Oh, that's bloody cheap, isn't it? Blimey. Clickerless way, single axis gimbal. The ones that aren't and truly need it are... What? Right, this is the item description of this thing that's been sent to me. Click, fix, sway. Hang on. One... Oh, that's all different now. That's all different than it was. The ones that aren't and truly need it are sent for recycling or sold for part. Here, that actually looks right. I'll have to have a proper look at that, but not while I'm doing a live stream. Oh, Jimmy Quinn, you do Facebook. Right, well, can we see your birthday Chinese banquet in the Facebook group, please? We'd like to see that. Roger Boaty's here. Where's my cake, says Pingu. That'll be later. The only reason I went to Nando's this race was because it was a choice between that and KFC or McDonald's. And I thought Nando's was a slightly better option dietary-wise. Regret. I would have gone to McDonald's. I'm a fan of McDonald's. You know, it is what it is, and yeah, you know, I haven't had a McDonald's for ages either. All of these things I need to have. GPS used to work at a gastropub as a head chef, and it was food cooked fresh. and I used to change the menu every other day. All right, well, maybe there are some good ones about. I'm sure that I'm sure that yours was a good one. Now, I've got a business idea. I wanted to do it in Matlock Bath when I was living there, and I'd still like to do it somewhere. And it's not a new idea or a wonderful idea, but I would just like to open a place, and I would probably just call it Boaty's. I wouldn't call it Boaty's Restaurant, or I wouldn't categorize it in any way, shape or form. And it would be like a nice, comfortable space, and there would be books. There would be books around all of the walls. And I would serve morning coffee and light breakfasts. I would serve lunches, and then in the evening it would become a kind of bistro. Well, oh fuck. Oh, well, that's not helped, has it? Hold on. Where did the other one go? I did have two. It's amazing that things just disappear. Never mind. This one will do the trick. There we are. I'll finish you off later on. That's better. Now, this place would be very affordable, and it would have a very limited menu, but everything that was cooked would be like authentic and just generally amazing. And the service and the quality of the tables and whatnot would be up there with a Michelin star, but the prices would be in line with like a local pub. And I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that because yeah, and I'm sure it's viable. I'm sure it could work, because if you had a relatively basic menu, you could still make a good margin and make amazing food. Yeah. Anyway, I went to Blackpool in October. The driving video is on my channel, and I loved it. I haven't been to Blackpool for ages either. That's for years. That's something else I need to do before I die. I want to go on the Grand National. I used to love Blackpool for about 2 days, and then I hated it. It's a bit like Vegas. Or it's a bit like eating something that's really sweet, like cake or something. It's wonderful for a bit, and then you just have a little bit too much and you feel utterly sick. TGI's was okay for bollock food. It was just fun, wasn't it? Now, Bad Book saw an amazing thing today on the field opposite. A buzzard attacked a gull. Other gulls attacked the buzzard. Then the buzzard finished it off. I've never seen that. Blimey. Should have gone to McDonald's, definitely. Whenever anybody says the word buzzard, I'm immediately taken back to that episode of Chance in a Million with Simon Callow and Brenda Blethyn. Driving down road, buzzard, through windscreen, and I might watch an episode of Chance in a Million tonight. I might fall asleep. I might eat my supper and fall asleep to Chance in a Million instead of Clarkson's Farm for a change. But soon it'll be the F1. And when the F1 comes back, oh, now then. And I'm a bit gutted because it's not looking good for Mercedes. It's not looking good for Lewis, is it? And if it's just another walkover year for bloody Max, then I'm going to be pissed off. And I don't know what I've got against Red Bull. I think it's Christian Horner. I think it's him that I've got the problem with. Because he looks like, I mean, he's probably a lovely man, but he just looks and sounds like a bit of a weaselly little shit. And I hate the way that he answers every question with yes, no. So, Christian, have you got your driver lineup sorted next year? Well, yes, no. And I often would, he is of course married to one of the Spice Birds, Jerry Halibut, who was, oh, I don't know, what were the Spice Girls called? What were they, she was, oh, which of the Spice Girls was Jerry Halibut? She was, oh, I don't know, Wonky Spice or something. Anyway, the point is he married her. Now, David Williams really fancied her and had a proper go and didn't get anywhere. So that's amusing. And Christine Horner did. And I went on a date with an amazing woman whose ex was the chief aerodynamicist for, well, it wasn't actually for Red Bull, it was for Mercedes. But that made me feel pretty damned inadequate. Plus the fact that she was wearing a perfume that cost more than I earned in a year. God, she was jolly nice though. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, weaselly little shit. How did he manage to marry a Spice Girl when he answers every question with yes, no? Do you take this woman? Yes, no. I mean, what does the priest say? I'm sorry, I have to take your first answer. Or is that your final answer? Or maybe you phoned a friend. Who knows? But, I mean, hopefully Red Bull won't win. Can I call you Little, like Little John from Robin Hood, as you're so sure? Of course you can, Pingu. I bet you loved Wimpy. I did love Wimpy. What do you mean you can't hear me, Mustard? Turn your volume up. Can anybody else not hear me? Let's whiz through the comments. Oh shit, there's loads of comments. I need to catch up. Hold on. Right, let's get back to, where is it? It was Mustard, wasn't it? I did love Wimpy, and I loved I can't remember what the burger was called. It might have been a quarter pounder, and it came on a nice, slightly brown plate. And it was a brown bun with diced onion and a quite sort of orangey sauce, and it was jolly nice. Haven't had one of those for 60 years. A road trip to Buxton. Oh, sorry, oh right, we're on to things to do before dying. Abseil off a massive cliff face. A good gastropub is an excellent find, says Trace, but too many get above their station and think they're proper posh. One near me charged me £10 for one poached egg. The thieving fuckers. And 3 asparagus spears. £10. Another mugging. They want fucking locking up. Well, you're quite right, Trace, and it's, you know, you're right to be annoyed. Rob would recommend the NC 500 road trip. Evening, Rob. Yeah, that's on the list to do. That's definitely on the list to do. I want to do a kind of different version. I need to get my ass back into Wales, and I need to just spend a month of every day off driving through Wales. I need to re-embrace my homeland. And now that I've got this stupid channel thing, I need to introduce you to just some of the most amazing places in the world. I need to do that. I need to do that. I need to do that this year. I do. Can Liz be your third presenter on Mustard and Boaty Do Things, as she did so well on your latest video? That's from Pingu. Well, you'd have to ask Liz Pingu, wouldn't you? Now, I'll let you into a little secret. Liz was a bit dodgy about appearing on camera, but she has warmed to it. And there is another video from that day to come, which is basically the lunch video. She either needs to be microphoned or she needs to learn to project her voice, because she's a lovely, softly spoken lady. And when you're filming just on a phone, it doesn't pick up lovely, softly spoken people so well. But I will tell you that Liz, as well as having a fascinating car collection, she's a genuinely lovely and really interesting and learned lady. If she, either with us or if she does her own channel and starts to, I don't know, starts to be okay with putting herself out there, not trying to be a presenter, not trying to tell people what you think they want to hear, but just putting herself out there and being herself and sharing herself, then I think she would have a very successful channel, because she is a genuinely interesting and even slightly eccentric person. And certainly if you've got any sort of intellectual curiosity, then you would absolutely find her fascinating to talk to. She has more degrees than I do, and that's saying something. 50 quid, Matt. It was like £11.99 when I looked at it just there, unless I'm missing something. I might be pissed. Mustard still can't hear me. Can you hear me? Oh, another hidden one. Jolly good. You could call it Boaty's shitbox to compliment your crap YouTube videos. Right, that's it. If I ever do open one, that's what I'll call it. Boaty's shitbox. Quite right. Oh, Tracy's looking for a gimbal too. Oh, right, Mustard can hear now. That's better. Plug the earphones in and turn up the sound. Poor Boaty would have a nervous breakdown, says Liz, if he had to put up with me being a presenter. A lot of footage got binned as I'm a bit precious. You're not fucking kidding, Liz. I've never edited a video so hard in my life. And all the good bits. I lost all of the good bits. And I'm not even allowed, if I'm allowed to say now, what the good bits were. I got a brilliant piece to camera with Liz. A brilliant piece to camera. It was the thing that I was proudest of. You know, even in the worst of videos, there'll be one little moment where you think, ah, that works. And it was great. I got her sound, I got her perfectly in frame, and the content was brilliant. And it was only afterwards that we noticed that the backdrop was a work van. And unfortunately, it was quite dirty. And somebody had inscribed some graffiti into the dirt. And we hadn't noticed this, or I hadn't noticed this. Liz was facing away from it. And I wasn't allowed to use it because it's, you know, it was quite graphic. And the best piece in the whole video. Yeah, hit the cutting room floor. And the lunch video is going to be even harder to edit. Now, I know it's an hour long, the lunch video, and it'll probably end up being something like 20 minutes. And I know there were some fun bits in it when we did some quizzes, but it's going to take a hell of a lot of editing there, because Mustard and I, and it's our fault, it's not Liz's, Mustard and I completely forgot that we were with a professional lady, and we just carried on as normal. And that was wrong on two counts. One, you can't entirely be the boys when there's a lady there. And two is when you're dealing with somebody who has a professional life and you're thinking of putting something out there, then you can't put anything out there where it could be deemed that said professional person was bringing said profession into disrepute. So it's entirely our fault, and I'll be paying the price tomorrow. No, it won't be tomorrow. I'll be paying the price on Thursday when I have to edit the sodded thing. I've already paid the price today, editing that one. But editing the lunch bit is going to be really intricate. But that will be on Thursday, because tomorrow is going to be tonight's drive home. Oh, there it was. There it was. And it came out like a kiss from a virgin. Oh, burp. I'll miss you. Anyway, there you are. So Mustard can hear us now, so that's good. Oh yeah, 12 quid late. I'm right, obviously it's too. Oh, I don't know, I've lost the plot. Vamos Alonso, says Pingo. Well, yeah, Fernando's looking good, isn't he? He's looking frisky, and he's sounding positive. It could be a really good season this year. Let's hope it is. 23 races in 23. Roger Boaty's off. Mustache, what? Otherwise people will accuse me of being typed by Boaty's tinkle. I am not George Roger Boaty. Loved chance in a million, says Bad Books. Was he after the lady? Wouldn't want to buzz it through the windscreen. They were big bastards. Oh, that's nice, Pingu. You're welcome, Liz. I thought you did very well. She did do very well. Chance in a Million was brilliant. We've covered this before on live streams. But if you've never seen Chance in a Million, jump onto YouTube in the Chance in a Million that there's not a live stream going on somewhere, because there's a live stream all the time now, isn't there? That we've all got a duty to be plugged into. But have a look at Chance in a Million. You won't regret it. Christian Horner is a smarmy. He is, isn't he? Cuddy. Oh, Jerry is my favourite Spice Girl, says Mustard. Right, okay. Well, there's a feature. Who's your... Oh, no, there's a feature. What order would you do the Spice Girls in? Or, if you prefer, who is your favourite Spice Girl? Or if you're a lady with the female personage variety, I don't know. Who's your favourite one of... Tries to think of a boy band. Boyzone. Whoever they were. Matt, I thought you had a great way of easing someone into being in camera. Yeah, well, you know, you got it right in a comment that you put in the Facebook group, Matt. If you rock up unannounced to a YouTuber's house, you're going to end up on video. And I spoke to Mustard about this, and I was suggesting that we need to make a kind of clause that if you rock up to the yard or to here, then aside from essential business like buying a part from Mustard or picking something up from me, and I have got things for sale, then you are automatically giving your consent to appearing on video. Oh God, it's a sad thing. Sad thing, YouTube. Everything just becomes content. £6 for a portion of chips. Sod that. Oh, there was an £11.99 one. Yes, Jimmy can hear me. Right. Lunch vid. I ended up choking on my curry and tried my best not to die on camera. Well, at least you were hidden, Liz. You barely see you. I've had a quick glimpse through it, and we need to change the camera position or something when there's more than two of us, because you're just hidden behind my fat body. You pop out every now and then to say hello. Right. Roger Boaty genuinely must go now. Horner comes across as a cocky twat, in my opinion, says Pingu. Agreed. Oh, right. Mustard says, Jerry That's Horner's wife. Then Emma. Oh yeah, she's Jerry Horner now, I suppose, not Jerry Halibut. Oh, there we are. Jerry, then Emma, and after that I'll just have a beer. Baby Spice for Matt. I don't know who they are. Oh, Rover Joe's with us. Hello, Rover Joe. I need to talk to you about those stickers, mate. I need those stickers. Let me know how many I need to order and how I need to pay you and all of that sort of thing. And you know, if you've got time to do it. And I don't know why my hands are doing this. I've got absolutely no idea. I look like an Italian directing traffic. Oh, right. Baby, scary, Jerry, sporty, posh. Oh, what is your eBay name, says Pingu. I may need to purchase some mats soon. Well, my eBay name is BoatDrinks2002, BoatDrinks_2002. But don't buy them off eBay, Pingu. Just give me a shout and I'll sort you out at a much more advantageous price. You don't want to pay eBay prices. You can have them at cost plus postage. They're nice mitts, actually. Do you want to see a pair? I've just sent a pair off. That was why I was late to Mustard Stream. I had to do some packing and posting and prattling about. And then when I got there, Postlethwaite had beaten me to it, and people were accusing me of being Postlethwaite. And you wouldn't be the first. Now, Boo, Lindsay, my ex, she was convinced that I was Postlethwaite. And when I left her, and you know, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, she reported Postlethwaite to Facebook as being a fake profile, as being me. And Facebook did a full investigation, poor old Lise, and correctly arrived at the conclusion, the inevitable conclusion, that Lisa Postlethwaite is Lisa Postlethwaite and not me. And Lisa's funny, she's okay. Bless her. Lisa is the oldest swinger in town. If any of you gentlemen have ever taken your pleasure at any of the brothels, massage parlours on the Attercliffe Road in Sheffield, you may have met her. Say no more. When you get to my age, says Jimmy, any spice will do. Oh, good point. Surely Mustard needs some mitts to ride his Persia. Yeah, I'll take him a pair. I'll take him a pair next Monday, and he can do a product placement video for me, can't he? He can do a test and review, whatever you call it, on my mitts. That'd be amusing. I'm not paying him. I can design the stickers, however, you'll need somebody to get them printed, as I unfortunately don't have the equipment for it. Oh, right. Do you know anybody, Rover Joe? I haven't got a clue where to start. I would like the stickers, like Mustard and many other people have, that I can put in the cars and give or sell to other people. But I don't know where to start. I've got no idea, and I don't have time to do anything these days. I had a quick look on eBay, but all of the ones that I saw seem to be like one-offs that are really quite expensive, and obviously I don't want that. I want to buy a batch of the bloody things at a reasonable price. Right, we'll show that. Review your gloves. Brilliant. Yeah, I'll bring some. Why not? Oh, Johnny Crook. Johnny Crook is the man. God, it's like I'm going to show you the mitts. Bear with. And then I'm going to sod off because I'm hungry. Right. Now then, these are... I don't know who Twin Cam is, Pingu. I don't know. No, I haven't, because I don't know who it is. Do I just need to search on eBay, YouTube for Twin Cam? Right, this is what I sell. Now, if you're into retro stuff, these were the best that you could buy in the 1970s. These are proper, old school, what we call track mitts. In other words, fingerless cycling gloves. Now, national colours of Germany or Belgium, depending on which way you look at them. They have a coarse crochet weave to the rear. That's for ventilation, because these are a summer glove. Now, the reason that you wear these when you're riding a bike, you could say that it's for grip, and that is true, because your hands will get sweaty. But what they're really for is when you fall off. Because if you've ever fallen off a bicycle, then your natural reaction is to put your hands out. And that is a very, very painful thing to do if you're not wearing mitts. So you've got a coarse crochet weave to the rear. You've got Velcro closure. You've got this little oval here, and that used to be a thing of pride for the cyclist, because any real cyclist would have an oval suntan on their hand there, and that's how you could tell a true cyclist, even when they were in civvies. And then to the front, you've got the finest quality chamois leather, and that's important because these gloves will mold themselves to the shape of your hand. They'll become like a second skin. So what you do is you put them on in water and like that, and then wear them, and they will just mold themselves. The leather is such quality that it will mold to the actual shape of your hand. And you know, I mean, I think they're better than the modern things, but then I would. But retro is all cool now, isn't it? So if you've got a 1960s, 70s or 80s bicycle, and certainly if you go and do L'Eroica or anything like that, you need a pair of these. I haven't got many left. I've been selling those gloves for, well, since 2002, so that's 21 years now. And I bought a bankrupt factory in Belgium, and I bought all of the stock, and I got them to do a final run before they officially bankrupted. So that's how I got hold of them. And I've sold, I don't know, I've sold hundreds of thousands of pairs, and I'm down to my last few. I don't know how many I've got left, hundreds rather than thousands, and maybe only a few hundreds now. I haven't checked recently. So if you're interested, get them while they're going. Right. Okay. You need to show a more serious side, says Skick. Like when you talk about mental health and also your reviews. You might have a point there. Yeah, you might have a point there. Maybe the captain needs a helmet too. Can't help him out with that. We didn't wear helmets. We didn't wear helmets. Oh. Rover Joe's only watching us because his lady friend has fallen asleep. Scary's boobies are surely too scary for him. Scary didn't have big boobies, did she? Is it true that she humped, what's his name? And had a kid with him? What's his name? Eddie Murphy. Or is that just one of those urban myths? I used to wear something similar in the 80s, says GPS. Yeah, you would do. I mean, it would have been probably the mid 80s when Lycra started coming along and replacing them. But I always preferred those, and I always used those. The Lycra ones, they make your hands sweat too much. I mean, it's like wearing a bin bag on your hand. You try putting a plastic bag on your hand, and that's what it's like wearing Lycra. I always preferred those. I will buy 3 pairs, says Bad Books, when we eventually meet up. I'll put 3 on one side for you. Do they fit like a pair of gloves? Yeah, of course they do. The mitts look very small on camera, or is it just your massive hands? They're not very small. Being a quality product, these are properly sized. So, if you didn't know, gloves have sizes, like shoes. But because people tend to buy cheap ones, then they buy them in small, medium or large. But they do have a proper size. And these are size 8.5. I do have massive hands. I've got the biggest hands you've probably ever seen. But just about, not really. Not really. I'd have to soak these in water quite a few times with them on my hand before they fitted. So they are a little bit too small for me. But then in weird sizes, I would be like extra, extra large in a glove. In glove sizes, I actually take a 9.5. So they're not stupidly small. They're, I don't know. Well, on eBay, I think I described them as medium stroke large. But because of the way they're made, they're jolly flexible. Yes, she humped Murphy and he fought her in court about maintenance. Bet they would make good oven gloves. I bet the ladies like the hands, Boaty. I like a lady with small hands because it makes your little tinkle look a bit bigger. Oh, can you say a time in your life when you felt destroyed? Well, yeah, I can, but does anybody really want to hear that? And there've been, there've been more than one. Well, I'm not going to go there because this is just going to put a downer on Jimmy Quinn's birthday. But I take your point, and we will start doing maybe one a week where we talk about the serious stuff. And I enjoyed doing that chat about mental health that we did. And it turns out that virtually all of us suffer to some degree or another. And it is important that we talk about it, and it's important that we share our various methods of mitigating it and dealing with it. Dealing with it, living with it, and mitigating it, because it's something that even if you're not mentally unwell, as I explained to you, then it's something that is always present to some degree, and it does require that mitigation, and some of that happens automatically, again, as I explained, in terms of how the ego balances the id with the aid of the superego, but then reactively or chemically that balance can become imbalanced, and it behoves one to have coping mechanisms in place to organically help that balance be maintained, to stop the scales from slipping too far in one direction. But yeah, I mean, I could tell you many times when I felt destroyed. I mean, obviously when my brother died, um, when my parents divorced, when all of the abuse thing came up, when my world fell apart, when I lost my sports career through injury and had no idea what to do with my life or where to go, or, you know, life just became pointless almost literally overnight. When my dad starved to death because I couldn't get to him to feed him. When I found out that the abuse was more rife than I thought, and that my brother had been a victim as well, and the chap that performed all of this abuse, the raving paedophile who happened to be within my family, when he was buried with, when he finally died at the ripe old age in his late 90s, and was buried with full honours and regalia and full support from the family when nobody gave a shit about us. When my mother just completely, after years of trying, completely lost the plot because she couldn't find the individual grave where her son was buried, because she wasn't allowed to know because of the family and all of that nonsense, and I couldn't find it either. That was probably the, there's loads of times, but we don't need to bang on about that, do we? We'll, but yeah, I take the point, read the mental health and serious stuff, and we will do that. And it's one, I don't want to leave it on that. That's an awfully low point to leave things on, isn't it? But it is 2 minutes to 1, and it is time that we buggered off. The potted history vids, Trace. Yeah, there's a lot more to cover. There are some, I mean, I've probably given you snippets of loads of the stuff, but yeah, I've had some interesting times. Certainly when I was traveling around the world and living around the world, there was, and I mean, as some of you are into cars, I should tell you some of the tales from the car dealing days, shouldn't I? There are some good ones there. Yeah, I've had a good life. I've had a bit of shit, same as everybody has. There have been some amazing times as well. And, you know, things are absolutely amazing now. Every day is a blessing. I can't wait to wake up and get on with every new day. Yeah, it was kind of cathartic. It was actually, Trace. Interestingly so, more so than I thought, because I've never done the therapy thing. And I don't know why. My father tried therapy and he was too intelligent. He just ended up dominating and nobody could work past him. And I always suspected that I would be similar. But equally, I've never been sure whether I need it. I've never been sure whether I'm repressing a load of stuff which is unhealthy, or whether I'm choosing to compartmentalize it and enjoy life. And I've always kind of come down on the side of the latter rather than the former. But, hey ho. Right, why don't you do a Boaty's car history series, says Nigel. Well, I've done it, that's why. Well, I could do more, but I've done a few. I talked about all of the cars in the early days, and I've talked about the fastest cars that I've owned. You don't watch my videos, that's the problem. You've got no idea what I have done and haven't done. I can't remember all of the individual cars because, you know, for a long time, I would own 4 or 5 cars in a day, let alone in a bloody week. So there's absolutely no chance of remembering them. So when I started doing the car series, which was a nice summer thing, I did it outside. And I'd like to do that again this summer. I kind of picked themes, so I did the early ones, my earliest cars. My first car was, of course, an Austin Ambassador, FFD 526Y, 2-litre HLS in silver. And then I went on and I talked about, I think it was driving home from work one night, and I talked about all of the fastest cars that I owned. I think for anybody who watched it, the actual fastest car that I've ever owned would have come as quite a surprise to you. It wasn't the Maserati Shamal twin turbo, it wasn't the Ferrari, it wasn't any of those things. It was a car that you've never heard of. Oh, individual videos for each car. Oh gosh. Oh, yeah, I suppose I could do actually. I mean, I'd like to do. Yeah, I like the word individual as well. I'd like to talk about them individually and why they appeal to me. I'd like to do a piece on the Shadow 2, which I've often said is almost certainly the car that I felt most at home in. As soon as I drove a Shadow 2, I thought, oh, right, this is my car. This is a car that I'm supposed to drive. And I'm pretty sure I'd still feel that way. Use your toilet to film in. Yeah. Oh dear. I won't be using your toilet once we've got Mr. George Boaty sorted out. I'll be using Mr. George Boaty as a toilet. Oh, there's a thought you didn't want, isn't it? Your toilet frightens me, Mustard. That is a scary place. I mean, I have filmed in there once, admittedly, but I don't think that's an experience anybody would want me to repeat. It's 3 minutes past 1. Let's all bugger off to bed. Let's all wish Jimmy Quinn a very, very, very happy birthday. Let's hope that he has an absolutely fabulous day. And let's meet up on the flip side at... Let's meet up at 11 o'clock tonight and spend the last hour of Jimmy's birthday together, shall we? That would be a nice thing to do, wouldn't it? Yeah, of course it would. So, yeah, let's do that. And you're right, he should clean his toilet. It's scary, I tell you, it's scary. Let's all bugger off. Let's get some supper if you haven't had any. And I haven't. And let's have a jolly good drink. Let's raise a glass to Jimmy. Let's have a safe and peaceful night. And above all, it's the first day of a new month tomorrow. And I think, for me anyway, I think it's going to be an important month because at my age now, every new spring is a blessing because, you know, don't want to sound morbid, but we don't know how many we've got left. And winters become increasingly hard, or at least they do for me. And certainly with the cost of living crisis, I suspect that this winter has been particularly hard for many. And I think this spring is going to be quite special. For all of those reasons, you know, the emergence from winter, hopefully the easing of the financial burden. Bear in mind that once we get past March and we get into April, then we're into the start of a new fiscal year. And the minimum wage will be raised to over £10, and other things will kick in. Government help will begin to kick in. There will be payments for those of you who are on low incomes, and that will be combined with the warmer weather and just the longer days and generally the joy that spring brings. But this will also be the first proper spring of us as a community and all of the possibilities that that's going to bring for us. The meetups, the socials, our individual adventures that we'll share with each other via the community or via our YouTube channels. And so, yeah, it's a new day, it's a new month, and it's the beginning of what I think and hope is going to be a fantastic spring, summer and year generally. So let's have a safe and peaceful night, and let's wake up excited about what's to come, and let's have a fabulous day tomorrow, and let's make every day that comes after tomorrow even better. That's not a bad thing to do, is it? There we go. And I'm feeling good. That wasn't the song I was thinking of, GPS. One of my little anthems is, I can't play it for you because of copyright, unless I can find a copyright-free version. But you can always have a look at, on YouTube. Roger Whittaker, New World in the Morning. And that's kind of my anthem. I came across that song on my parents' Reader's Digest, like 10 cassette compilation thing. And that was on there. And the lyrics just got, I mean, he's got a lovely voice, but it was the lyrics that just got me. And it kind of became a little anthem. Because, yeah, every day, it is a new day in the morning. And no matter what happened the day before, when you wake up, you've got the possibility of choosing whether it's going to be a good day or a bad day. Now, you can't stop bad things from happening, but you can make an absolute positive choice every single morning of, is this going to be a good day or is it going to be a bad day? And how you approach it and what you do will decide that. And if you decide that it's going to be a good day and you treat it positively and you do all of the little things that you need to do to make it a good day, it will be a good day. And the good days will continue. And there we go. I'm going to stop waffling. Let's all go to bed. Dear, oh dear. Okay, darlings, it's been fabulous. Happy birthday, Jimmy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for these super chats. And yeah, let's go. Let's go. Thank you to Mustard for his live stream, and thank you to Simon for his live stream. There's always something going on in the community these days, isn't there? And thank you to Matt for showing us your Tupperware. You got the same thing as me, just in a different colour. Good night. I didn't unmute it. Again, I make the same mistake every night. I'm useless. Oh, nice. It's like living with mustard, isn't it? The ending of these live streams. Good night, darlings. Take care.